Hi, my name is Mark Sublett. I'm the CEO and partner of Apothecary Miracle Cream, and I just wanted to take a moment and tell you a little bit about it, how we came across it, and what you can expect from it. I have a good friend of mine, Tamara O'Brien, that had 2 botched knee surgeries, and I'd been doing some research on pain stuff because I had burst fractured my C1. And as a result of that, I was looking into a specific common garden weed called wild lettuce. Its Latin name is Lactuca virosa. And so I went out and I got some, I gathered it, I made an extract from it, did some testing, and I brought a jar of this stinky liquid to my now partner, Tammy O'Brien. The liquid itself smelled like burnt tomatoes, and it stained her skin brown for a couple days. But she called me back same day and said, "This stuff is fantastic." My pain was gone. Within 5 seconds, she had complete numbness and no pain at all in her knee. So she asked me, what do we do with it? Because she specialized in making lotions and soaps and bath bombs and things of that nature. And I said, well, I don't know. What do you want to do with it? She said, well, the first thing I want to do is make it not stink. So we ended up making this product, and then I took it to a friend of ours at church that has MS. And she tested it and loved it. So then we gave it to another friend of ours that had muscular dystrophy. She tested it and she loved it. We took it to a friend that had fibromyalgia. She couldn't say enough about it. Basically, her day was completely different because she was not dealing with the pain anymore. It's completely gone. In some cases, we saw a lot of people that would say that their pain went from an 8 to a 2. So it wasn't completely gone. There was a little bit there, but for the most part, it generally worked. My patient that had the MS also dealt with migraines, and she would take a lot of Excedrin and still have a headache throughout the entire day. And she found by applying it to her temples and her forehead that within 15 to 30 minutes, it was 30 minutes with the regular strength, 15 minutes with the extra strength. So this is what I want to communicate to you. I want to show you the size of what we're dealing with. This is the regular strength. It is a 4-ounce container, weighs 5 fluid ounces. This is the extra strength plus that I'm going to talk about in just a moment and why it's the plus. We also have extra strength, which has got more Lactuca virosa in it. This is our sample container. It depends on how you apply it, but 1 to 3 days of product in it. And on our website, this is a penny. All I'm asking you to pay for is the shipping. So let's talk about how we operate and about the extra strength plus. So how we operate first. My goal was to alleviate pain, was to make your life easier and better. And so I offered this empty jar guarantee, which is on all of our products except the sample, of course, because it's not about us making a lot of money. It's not a ploy. I don't want your money if I can't help you. It's really that simple. You send me back the empty jar, I'm gonna refund your money. It's that simple. Minus shipping because we're a startup. When we're not a startup, you might want to wait, because when we're not a startup, then it's not going to be a big deal anymore, and then I will push to get to where we can actually refund your shipping too. Because it's not about me taking your money, it's about me alleviating your pain. Now, the extra strength plus. What we did with this was we added a CBD oil, a hemp extract. This has no THC. You can go take a UA, you can take a urinalysis, testing for drugs. There's nothing in there. There's no psychoactive ingredients in this. This is made from hemp, not from marijuana. So the bad thing about that for us is I live in Colorado, and we have legalized marijuana here. However, as part of the law here in Colorado, for lack of a better term, a pot shop cannot sell any product that does not have THC in it, and we don't have any THC, so we can't sell through them. However, the plus side of that is, if you live in Texas, if you live in a state that does not legalize marijuana in any way, I can send this anywhere in the world because it's legal, it's legitimate, it has an herb in it, it doesn't have anything bad in it. Okay, this is all natural. Now, I want to caution you guys with a quick tale. There's one thing in this, the Lactuca virosa, that I want to explain a little bit more about. If you are allergic to ragweed, I would suggest not trying it at this point. Or if you're going to try it, just do a sample. And this is why. My mother tried it yesterday. She's allergic to ragweed. No negative effect, whatever. My mother-in-law is also allergic to ragweed. She didn't read the warning on the back, and she did. She just decided to ignore it because she loves me. And she applied it, and she itched for a good hour. Okay. My wife owns a salon. One of her clients tried it, just a small sample, and she broke out in hives. She applied it right here as a quick test. If you do get it, I encourage everybody to try it first, small amount. Make sure you're not going to have a negative reaction. You might be allergic to ragweed, not know it. Okay. If you're not allergic to ragweed, you're good. There are studies that say that there's a specific molecule in Lactuca virosa that can make narrow eye glaucoma worse. If you have narrow eye glaucoma, at this point I wouldn't try it. The extra strength version you could try. They find that molecule is not in the Lactuca virosa when it has been dried. And when we make our extra strength, we're dealing with a dried version that we then liquidate. So it does not have, or should not have, that molecule, but we don't know. We have not had it tested for that. So as a cautionary, I wouldn't use it. If you have an enlarged prostate, I would not use it. It's supposed to also aggravate that. And finally, if you're on a CNS depressant, an antidepressant, I'm not saying not to use it, but I am saying to pay attention. All three of those things might not matter at all, and this is why. Lactuca virosa was used by the Hopi Indians because they believed that there was more to be found in the dream state, the dream world, than in the real world, and so they would smoke it. Okay, there's another group of people that ingest it because it has a sedative effect when you do that. It does not have that effect in a topical, and so I'm just being overly cautious. There might not be any problem at all applying it topically, but I don't know. And so this is more of I just want to make sure that everybody's being helped and nobody's being hurt with the product itself. I would recommend, if you're looking at this page right now and you're watching my video, I want to thank you, first of all, for taking the time out of your day to do that. But I would also recommend going into Facebook, going up to that left-hand searching Apothecary Miracle Cream, liking the page, joining the page, getting into that page, and start asking questions, because you're not just going to be dealing with me. I have a lot of people that are trying it, that are using it, and they can answer your questions. If you have fibromyalgia, I've got a lady on there that raves about this, but she can also tell you what to expect, how it's going to change your day, how it's going to help. You know, is it going to give you more energy? Probably not. Is it going to relieve the pain so that you can carry on with your day? Probably yes. But you can go on to that Facebook page and you can ask questions. You can call me. My phone number is on the Facebook page. I'm always available. That's my cell. We're small. We're muy poquito. Very small. But give me a call. Look at the Facebook page. Do a little bit of research on it if you'd like. And come back and try it. This is about alleviating your pain. That's all this is about. And if it doesn't work for you, then I don't want any of your money, and I want to know what it doesn't work for. I'll tell you this. If you have a torn rotator cuff, it's not going to help you. My father-in-law has a torn rotator cuff. It helps him a little bit, but I don't think that right now at this point it's gotten to the place where that's going to be effective for you. If you're dealing with back pain, muscle pain, knee pain, elbow pain, headaches, migraines, multiple sclerosis, MD, if you're dealing with fibromyalgia, if you're dealing with any of those things, then, and you're not allergic to ragweed or have any of the other things we just talked about, pull the trigger. Try it out. I think you're going to be extremely happy with what you get. Thank you.